for those watching this Holy Mass, I hope you can see the beauty of the incense. Oftentimes we can't use it that much because some people are allergic and things like that. But tonight, with the congregation being on television or watching the television, we can use all the incense we have. And it shows two special things. Number one, it shows the specialness of the event. The other thing is, as the smoke rises up to the heavens, up to God, it also reminds us that this, the greatest of all prayers, on this most special of nights of the Lord's Supper, our prayers do rise up to a living God. And that, so that symbolically, that symbol just reminds us of this beauty. On Holy Thursday, 2,000 years ago, the situation was bleak, much bleaker than even with the pandemic. It was bleak. In fear of their lives, the disciples surrounded Jesus, and they were there for the Passover. Jesus knew, without any doubt, Jesus knew his death was near. And he also knew the danger that his friends were in, the disciples. And at that Passover, Jesus did 4 specific things that have been carried down in all our lives, in a matter of speaking, over the last 2,000 years. Number one, the focus, the main focus. Jesus took bread and he said, "Take and eat. This is my body. This is my body." Then taking a chalice of wine, he said, "Take and drink. This is my blood." And we know through faith and history that the body of Christ, the blood of Christ, either one, that is the full living presence, body and blood, soul divinity of the risen Lord himself. It is the living presence of Christ. It is the summit. It is a great gift that Jesus instituted on Holy Thursday night over 2,000 years ago. And now that same Eucharist, we come to adore. We can adore Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. We can welcome him, his living presence, right into our very being, also in Holy Communion. In the Eucharist, his living presence, it gives the greatest comfort to the sick and the dying. It helps make us, this is so important, it helps make us, if we're open to the grace and cooperate with that grace, it helps make us into the very likeness of Jesus Christ himself, willing to lay down our life in the name of love for the good of another person or ourselves. And it also is a great means of personal relationship, personal prayer with Jesus himself. And then after he does this, take and eat, take and drink. He says to those at table, "Do this." Basically saying, and they knew this, carry this on. Continue to do this. And the priesthood itself was begun. And through the ordained priesthood, by the sacraments, grace and strength are given to humanity. God would not abandon us. The feast of the Lord's Supper on Holy Thursday night, it basically saying, Christ is saying, "I will be with you always." And through the ordained priesthood, that presence is there, brought to us through the sacraments. What a gift. What a gift. Anything you've received at Christmas, anything you've received on any birthday, any gift you've ever received, even your own child giving birth and things like that, those are wondrous gifts from God and from others. But this truly is the greatest of all gifts, the Eucharist, and with it, the priesthood, that we are blessed to have the holy priest bringing Christ to us. This is what we celebrate on this night. And then the washing of the feet, Now, we aren't doing the washing because of the pandemic and viruses and things like that, but it is symbolically, we still can do it every day of our life. The Master himself sets the example. See yourselves as a servant for the good of others. See yourself as a servant. As I have done, so you must do. And it's not always easy. Right now, when all of you, some of you, have been living together 24 hours straight for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it may go on for another week or two, we don't know. Sometimes it's tough to really be a servant to one another. You can get on one another's nerves. Tonight we celebrate, by the grace of God, I can respond not with a hurting comment or sarcasm. I can respond with, yeah, I'll do that. I love you. As I have done, so you must do. And then finally, they headed out to the Garden of Gethsemane. Holy Thursday night. The meal was done. And Jesus leads them to the Garden of Gethsemane. And Jesus would state in the Gospels, stay awake and pray with me. Stay awake and pray. This Holy Thursday, amid this pandemic and the concerns and worries we have, review these truths. The value of the Eucharist. Wow, what a gift we have in our Catholic faith. The value of the Eucharist. God is with us. He really is. The value of priesthood. The sacraments to nourish and to heal and to build community. The value of us being servants for God's honor, but servants to imitate Jesus. And finally, the value of prayer, to grow in a true love of God, spending time with God, as Jesus himself did in one of the most difficult times of his life, the agony of the garden. May we begin this Triduum, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, leading to Easter, truly valuing what we are celebrating tonight. And a quote that just came to mind from the writing, or from the tongue of St. Peter himself, where Peter said when he was on the mountain, "It is good that we are here." May we put that upon our heart, because it's true. It is good that we are here this very evening.